What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. So guys, there was a stream yesterday on Fox Soul that included a debate between Dr. Umar Johnson and Cynthia G, and it was called "Is There a War Against Black Men?" Tammy Mack, full episode. And again, I'm not gonna deal with what happened in that particular series. I'm not going to deal with that. I'll deal with that in another video, which will come subsequently thereafter. But now the question today reads like this. Good morning, O'Shea. What are your thoughts on someone like Cynthia G, a proponent of black male genocide, being given a platform by mainstream media company in Fox Soul? I'm interested in knowing your thoughts on this matter. Her thoughts in this video are exactly what you expect. So what I want to do is I want to play a small clip of what this person is actually referring to when it comes to Cynthia G, and then we'll come back.
Cynthia G, white supremacy, does it exist in your world? Absolutely. And has it affected black men?
Absolutely, it exists. And black men have worked in tandem with white supremacy since they've come in contact with it. And this is why I say in the black community, we have very disingenuous, very dishonest discussions, especially when it's regarding black men, because we do have a black male worshiping culture. So what we do within that culture, and Umar Johnson is showing it today, is absolve black men from any accountability for what they've done. Number one, we wouldn't be in a system of white supremacy had it not been for black men. So if you want to go all the way back to history, then let's go back to history when black men were selling their own people into white supremacy. Let's go back into history when 16 years off the plantation, black men weren't worried about a war being waged on them. They were worried about getting access to white women. That's what you were worried about. And it's interesting. There's a reason why I feel like Umar focused mostly on me and Hope's attitudes, and it's because he can't accurately answer the question. He mentioned names, not accomplishments. And the reason being is because
I think he mentioned those names specifically because the accomplishments of those people don't have to be explained.
Right, but those accomplishments are also accomplishments that I've heard Umar Johnson speak negatively about, specifically the civil rights movement and how damaging it was to black people. But now he wants to sit here and say the very people who accomplished that were accomplishing something beneficial when, in his own opinion, that wasn't beneficial and did more harm to the community than good. So I think that because we're having such a dishonest discussion where black men don't want to take accountability for what they've done, they want to be the victims of society, but then they want submission from the women. The bottom line is I'm not willing to deflect from the fact that, number one, black men are the greatest non-white contributors to white supremacy. Let's just be real. White supremacy couldn't even exist without black men's compliance. They're always uplifting whiteness, biracial children, and trying to assimilate. And that's why I went back to the notion of the only time black men truly feel like there's a war against them is when they feel like they're being punished for something white men do. All
right, guys, we've heard this particular argument from YouTuber Cynthia G. There is even other content on her page that is even more extreme. You can consider it hate speech. It can go into really very meticulous detail. For some brothers, it can disgust you. But we're not dealing with her as an individual. We're dealing with why she has a platform. To be fair to her and Fox Soul as a company, because they have a black female director who has reached out to me before, okay? This person has reached out to Kevin Samuels before, Dennis Sperling before, all right? And if not mistaken, the lady's name is Alicia Birch. Okay, she's the senior producer over in Fox Soul. Shout out to the sister. So she has, to be fair to her, offered the opportunity for us to come on and debate the premises with other people of differing opinions. Me, Kevin Samuels, and others have declined. So to be fair to Fox Soul, they have done the same thing with other people. Now, I believe with what you see towards Fox Soul, if you look up at what their lineup, there is a lot of women. There's a few brothers who I would say are gay, right? And so obviously, with that being the case, catering to more of a female audience and things like that, and certain black men can be upset with that. One of the guys, I forgot what his name was, he called Kevin Samuels the F word And there's even a show with Turnout with T.S. Madison. So it's very liberal leaning, very left leaning, and obviously something that caters towards black women. The reason why that is because black women pay. That's why that is. I'm not saying that black men won't pay, but black women is the biggest, advertisement crew that you can get. They shop. They take advantage of a lot of the content. Let's say Tiffany Haddish style content, Sheree Whitfield content. So they watch this stuff. All right. So of course, when you have that situation, people will cater to them. All right. But now we need to talk about somebody like Cynthia G. Now, Cynthia G has her positions against black men. I want to, for shits and giggles, defer to her. I want to tell her that she's right about everything. I will give her no argument about white supremacy, black men being responsible for it. Here's why Fox Soul is very worthless and why discussions on there are worthless. Because a person like Cynthia G, who will come on and talk about these issues, which for this particular situation, I will say she's right. Well, what does Cynthia G go ahead and do? Still go out there and reproduce with the same black men that she's complaining about, which is why going on Fox Soul is a waste of most men's and most black men's time. Why? You're talking to hypocrites. That's why. Okay. And why is she given the opportunity to be on there? As people in Africa will say, you got vibes. It's clout. That's why. There's nothing to get accomplished on this but views. They don't care if it's at the behest of black men. And to be real, they don't even care if it's at the behest of black women. Fox Soul is trying to capture a unique black audience. Controversy sells. That's why she's on there. Okay? Nobody takes Cynthia G very seriously. I'll be honest, Dr. Umar Johnson is the same thing. He ain't to be taken seriously either, in my honest opinion. I take it more serious than her, but that's the reality. But the reason why black men are receiving this type of, hate speech on social media, because black men don't have an avenue. We haven't built it yet. Fox Soul is not going to cater to you. You don't spend enough money with its advertisers. You don't spend enough money on AdSense. You don't spend enough money to get your positions out there. Now, for certain individuals, you do. I'm not complaining, but as a spending power, as a buying power, you're not there. So therefore, people will not cater to you, which means that you can talk a lot of shit about black men and say very little about black women to be okay. It's how it works until black men fund their own things that cater to them. Just like I believe Andrew Tate is now on some particular podcast network, the same one that paid Joe Rogan $100 million and he declined it. Yeah, until black men do that and have that kind of spending power, people are going to be told to talk about you. That's how it works. You don't spend money with people in the corporate world. They look at you as a people to be talked about. You don't need to be protected. All the people that you can't talk about spend money. Gays, Jews, now Asian community, they spend money. Black men don't. It's simple. And we can get mad at that, but that's how it works. And until we play the game like everybody else, here's our reality for now. It's the way of the world. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell to get the first come at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains all-time high. I'm out.